extinction is a natural process. The extinction that we're observing now is hundreds of times. I've read not too long ago that the extinction rate is 400 times that should naturally be occurring if it were strictly survival of the fittest population. So I think we as humans can approach this whole idea of endangered species management or conservation from several different perspectives. One is the perspective, just ignore it, let them go, and what we'll end up with is a world that's made up of a few generalist species, many of whom can become problematic because they are able to survive in these adverse, harsh conditions that result from the habitation of humans. So rats, cockroaches, those are two that come to mind. Some of the rodent species, some of the species, plant species that become problematic fall into that category as well. So coyotes, are another one that they can become very problematic and for livestock, certainly in some areas, and even our pets, so where we live. So another perspective is kind of a mechanistic one, I guess, is in that as we all learned in our education, that most of the biosphere as we know it is made up of interconnected systems that are made up of interconnected parts, and that removing one of those parts may or may not result in collapse of that system. And certainly there are species that are indicators or indicative of problems in a particular ecosystem or community, and certainly prairie chickens fall right into that in that they require large areas of grassland, and so they indicate the health of grasslands for a host of other species as well. So the question from a mechanistic standpoint is how many species can we watch go extinct, or maybe don't care if they go extinct? How many of the species can we watch go by the wayside before the collapse of the system starts affecting the ability of us as humans to survive in that environment? And unfortunately, the answer to that question will come too late, because by the time we realize that we're at that point, it will already be too late. And so that's one approach. Another a second way to look at it is from a moral perspective. What gives us the right as one species on this planet to dictate whether another species lives or dies or not? And if you happen to be a religious person, from kind of an extension of that from a theological standpoint, if there is a creator God that created a perfect world, how arrogant of us as humans to decide which of those creations lives or dies or not. So there are several ways that you can look at it, but I don't think ignorance and ignoring the problem is a viable solution for us as a human species in the long term.